Hey guys, it's Jamie here, and I wanted to try and do a quick project today using a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock for the cover. First thing I want to do is score in at 9 inches. Then I want to score at the 4 3/4 inch point and at the 4 1/4. I also want to score at 9 1/2. Lining up on your cutting board so that your score marks are going across horizontally. I'm going to cut vertically at the 4-inch mark. Set that aside. Now we're going to fold along our score lines. We have the shape of our little folio that we're going to make. Next you want 6 pieces of identical card which will measure 4 3/4 by 4. You're going to score so that there's a 3/4 of an inch score mark, so you're going to score along that 4 on all 6. Having got the pages and the cover, what we're going to do is take a vintage photo ink pad and go round the edges of everything, which will mean that when you get to your score lines you're going to want to go both sides of the scores and inside the scores. It does give an aged kind of look to your cover as you go around, and will do so for your pages as well. I am not actually using vintage photo for this. I'm using VersaFine Vintage Sepia because I find this a wetter ink. Now that does mean that it takes a little bit longer to dry, but you do get a bigger colour deposit, and it is very, very close to vintage photo. The reason that looks dark is it's going against a dark card. Once all the edges are stained up, and as you can see it's gone on quite strongly, I've also cut the hinging aspect to the pages at slight angles. We're going to go back to the cover and add some magnets. We only actually need 3 at the moment. What we will be doing is adding some sticky tape. I'm going to put that on the magnet. We're going to be placing the magnets on the inside of that fold over bit. I have rounded those corners. We're going to be placing them along here, reasonably evenly spaced, but it's not really important because you're not going to see them. Then you're going to place another magnet on the top of each one. Your sticky tape, and the same thing. Place the sticky tape on top, peel the backing off. I'm going to fold that over to where it meets and press the magnets down. We don't want these moving, so the way we're going to cover is by using sticky paper, and we're going to cut it to size to fit these covers. Once the paper has been cut to the right size and cornered like the cover, you can peel the back off and stick that down. Take your bone folder and go round, so although you cannot see the magnet fully, you can feel where it is, and you want to make sure that cover is sticking down around the magnet as much as possible. So now that is done so that it will magnetize closed, you can now cover all the panels, including the little spine areas, all the way round. Now we're going to take our 6 papers with the hinging and put them together to make an accordion. The way we will do that is we're going to hinge one side to the opposite side. Line it up along the edge. Make sure that's fully down. Then we're going to take the opposite way. We've placed it on the right. Now we're going to place it on the left. I'm turning it slightly so I can see, get it as lined up as possible. And then you keep going. So we've gone right, left, next one will be right. Once your accordion's done, we need to cover this base, and what I've done is I've used a print from our lavender fields and cut it, a technical term here, a smidgen smaller than the base that it's going on, and stained around the edge with my VersaFine Vintage Sepia. Once you've done the front of those panels as they pull out, so your first hinge is to the left, you're going to take that very front one, and before you put it down you want to put a magnet on, and you want to correspond that magnet to the opposite side. To put the magnets on, we're going to use the same system as before, like we did with the cover. We're going to put 3 down using our sticky tape. As before, we've got 2 magnets on top of each other, one with the sticky tape exposed, and when we turn it over we're going to rub that down really well. This paper is sticky back paper, and that will go over on one side and on the other side, which will hold those magnets nice and secure and cover our bases at the same time. Once you've achieved that, continue to back the other sections. Now we have the pages that are going to go on the right hand side of our booklet. I just want to see how much more space we have on our cover, and we have a little, so we could easily put a couple of pockets on this page. I'm using another small pattern from the Lavender Fields papers. I'm going to cut it corner to corner. Then we're going to work out what kind of pocket we could put on here. A double one? Yeah, we could do a double pocket that way. To do that, we're going to run some glue along the edge of the bottom one, which is actually the one that's going kind of halfway up the page. Now, do we want to stagger it in or line it up? Depends what look we're going for. I suppose lining it up makes a bit more sense. So that's the left hand page of our folio done. Before we add anything to this one, we're going to decorate our pages, remembering that is going to be on our left hand side. So anything we decorate, we want to make sure works in the upright all the way through the accordion. While I'm not going to go through 12 pages of design ideas with you, what we can do is a couple and then off you go. The idea is we're going to create something interesting to look at, maybe something with a bit of writing space, that one and that one together. And I've also got some general ephemera, edge something and put some other bits and pieces on. A stamp here, tear a piece of paper that's from the kit, start to build up some areas like that. I found in my freebies box this tiny little photo and frame. The frames are definitely in the group, and I thought that worked quite nicely as a central focus point on this page. I think I've come to the conclusion that with these little pages I'm mostly going to do collages. I found a few more pieces here. That was in my freebies box. These are from the kit. I'll put that one together. Here you can see that I cut a shape using my stencil from one of the kit papers. I've used a freebie photograph. These two are from the kit and that one's from the Lavender Fields. You can add pockets, tuck spots, whatever you want to add. I think I'm going to go through and do 12 size of these mini collages, and I will get back to you when those are complete. This is now fully decorated, and then it goes the other way. All we need to do is glue it into the book on the right hand page. Before it dries, make sure it's lined up as you want it so that everything can close. Then you're going to burnish this one down. This is holding quite a bit of weight. So I'm going to use some masking tape and also another piece of paper on top of it. Here we're going to put some masking tape, and using a sticky back piece of printed paper, we're going to go right the way up to that fold point. This is basically finished now. I've added the accordion with glue, masking tape, a layer of sticky back paper, a layer of normal paper glued in, so that should, and I've even reinforced it again, so that should definitely hold that. On this side I wasn't overly keen on the pockets as they ended, therefore I've added another triangle going the opposite way, and instead of edging them, because I'd already put them into place so you can see where the pockets are, I've put down some different colour washi tapes. I've also taken some of the tags and backed them just with paper that was already printed up, and therefore spares or scraps, edged them, and these are now ready to go into the pockets. Now we have a set of pockets that have got 5 tags in. You have your accordion. This isn't really a writing journal because I didn't include writing spaces as such, but it is very, very pretty, and it's accordion style. So you can put it either way. And it has the magnet closure there. And then when you come to close it up, it has another magnet closure. And that makes it very, very neat. I hope you enjoyed that short tutorial, and I will catch you very, very soon. Bye.